There are moments in life when words simply fall short. Moments when something so vast, so powerful, so deeply overwhelming enters your world, and in that instant, nothing seems to make sense the way it did before. The beliefs you held on to begin to crumble, your sense of certainty disappears, and even your breath feels unfamiliar, like it no longer belongs to you. That is exactly what happened to Arjuna. And it didn't happen in a temple. It wasn't a dream or a quiet vision. It unfolded right in the heart of a battlefield, a place filled with dust, tension, and fear, a place built for war. And yet, in that unlikely moment, the most divine vision in all of human history came alive. Krishna didn't raise his voice. He didn't lift a weapon. He didn't perform any dramatic gesture. He simply revealed what had always been there, hidden behind a familiar face, the infinite, unmasked. And just like that, the friend Arjuna had known his whole life was no longer standing in front of him. What appeared now wasn't a man. It wasn't even the image of a god in the way most people imagine. What stood before him was the universe itself, blazing, immense, terrifying, and breathtakingly beautiful. A living embodiment of both creation and destruction, all woven into one form. It wasn't a story. It wasn't a metaphor. It was reality, stripped down to its very essence. And Arjuna, a warrior who had faced countless dangers, dropped to his knees, trembling, completely undone. Because when the full truth is placed before you, not in small pieces, but all at once, the ego can't survive it. Your opinions hold no meaning. Your strength offers no shelter. In that moment, all you can do is surrender. In chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna doesn't begin with fire. He begins with friendship. He speaks to Arjuna not as a king, and not even as a divine teacher. He speaks as a companion, calm, honest, and deeply present. He says, "Listen once more to my highest words. They are spoken for your benefit, because you are dear to me." It's a quiet moment of trust, a gentle offering before something extraordinary. And then, with such simplicity, he begins to name where he can be found, not just in sacred spaces or holy rituals, but throughout the world itself. He says, "Among the sons of Aditi, I am Vishnu. Among lights, I am the radiant sun. Among mountains, I am Meru. Among rivers, I am Ganga." In every corner of nature, in every force that stirs the heart, in everything that makes us pause in wonder, Krishna says, "That is me." He doesn't demand belief. He simply shows. And through that, he invites Arjuna, and all of us, to see the divine not as something distant, but as something already here, already alive in the ordinary, already moving through every part of now. But Arjuna's heart is not still. His thoughts are heavy. His mind is caught between fear and duty, love and confusion, life and death. So he asks, with both reverence and hesitation, "How can I truly know you, O Lord, as I try to hold you in my heart?" Krishna doesn't reply with philosophy. He doesn't hand over instructions. Instead, he offers something deeper, a vision, not a concept, a direct experience. He says, "Now behold my divine form, O Arjuna." And in that instant, everything around them disappears. The sounds of war go quiet. The ground stops shaking. Even time seems to pause. And what Arjuna sees next is beyond anything he could have imagined. What stands before him is the Vishwarupa, the cosmic form. No longer bound to a single shape or face, Krishna reveals himself as everything. Endless faces, countless arms, eyes that seem to hold entire galaxies, flames, rivers, stars, and skies, all moving in balance within a single, infinite body. He sees gods and sages. He sees warriors and kings. He sees birth and death unfolding at once. Every force of life and every force of destruction, existing not side by side, but inside each other. The universe itself has taken form. And Arjuna is not amazed in the way we think of amazement. He is overwhelmed. Completely. Because this is not comfort. This is not beauty in the way we are used to. This is the kind of truth that breaks everything open. He begins to stammer. His voice shakes. His hands won't stay still. His eyes fill with tears, not just of wonder, but of surrender so deep that there is nothing left to hold on to. He says, I see you crowned, with weapons, with blazing eyes. Your form is too bright to bear. I cannot find peace in your presence. This is what it means to truly behold. Not to admire, but to be humbled. To stand before something so vast that it shows you your smallness, and still welcomes you into its arms. In that moment, Arjuna's questions disappear. His resistance fades. Not because he figured everything out, but because he saw something beyond every question. A truth so much bigger than right and wrong, success and failure, life and death. Krishna didn't offer him control. He didn't give him a guarantee. He gave him vision. And in the presence of that vision, Arjuna surrendered. Not because he was defeated, but because something deeper had awakened. He says, I bow to you from the front. I bow to you from behind. I bow to you in all directions. Because you are everything. This is not poetry. This is the voice of someone who has just remembered what they truly are. Not a role, not a title, not even a person with problems, but a part of the eternal. That's what the Vishwarupa was meant to reveal. Not to impress, not to shock, but to wake us up. To remind us that the divine is not separate. It is the very fabric of the world around us and within us. Because when you truly see, not just look, but see, everything becomes holy. Even silence feels sacred. Even pain starts to soften. Even fear loses its grip. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because something unshakable begins to rise within you. Arjuna didn't receive a miracle to solve his battle. He received a mirror that reflected the truth he had forgotten. That there is something greater than every fear. Greater than every problem. Greater than every idea we have about ourselves and others. And that greatness, that presence, is not hiding. It's waiting. Waiting for you to stop looking only in temples and start noticing the divine in the everyday. In sunlight, in stillness, in your very breath. Waiting for you to stop clinging and begin opening. Waiting for you to stop asking only with your mind and start listening with your heart. Because when Krishna said, "Behold my